What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have my hood open behind me here because today I'll be showing you guys how I clean my engine bay. Let's get to it. So one of the most intimidating things about cleaning your engine bay is that a lot of people think water can't get anywhere close to your engine because it's gonna damage it, or the electronics in it, the water is gonna short things out. But the truth is your engine bay is designed to get wet because when it rains, water will get in from the grill, and a lot of cars, when the bottom is not totally covered, when you go through a puddle, water will splash out from the bottom. And that's also one of the reasons why your engine bay gets dirty, is because from the air and the water carrying dirt into your engine bay. Even though your engine bay can get wet, you still want to be careful with it. You don't want to use a pressure washer and blow through all that PSI into the nooks and crannies and get water into places that they're not supposed to be. So that's one of the most dangerous things that you could do when it comes to cleaning it. And also using compressed air, shoving water into nooks and crannies that, it might get into wires, connectors. And if you have an older car and you don't particularly feel confident in this kind of cleaning, then don't do it, because it's definitely not worth damaging your car, and especially for older cars that are not as well protected as newer cars like these. So watch out for those. Now, a few tips when it comes to engine bay cleaning is that you always want to clean your engine bay first before you even get to the rest of the car, because while we're cleaning the things over here, there's going to be oversprays and water getting splashed onto the front fenders and bumper and on your glass as well. So you always want to do this first. And another thing is, if your engine bay isn't too dirty, like you don't have stuck on dirt and grime on it, you can just use rinseless wash. But in my case, I got rust proofing done, so there's oil everywhere here, and it's attracting a lot of dust and even bugs on here. So I'll be using the APC to kill off all the oil, and it'll just get resprayed before the winter. So to start, I have all clean 1 to 15 right here. I'm gonna foam it on. There's no need to spray it down with water first, so let's just get to it. One of the things I forgot to mention is that you want to look out for an alternator and not get too much water on there, because it doesn't like water all that much. And a trick is to grab a plastic bag like this, and you can put it over the alternator. That way you can protect it from excessive water getting on there. Now what I will do is I will grab a soft brush like this and some foam in it, and just use this to agitate all the parts that you want clean. The rust proofing oil is definitely very hard to get off, so I might have to come back for a second round to get rid of all the rust proofing oil. Now, if there are parts that you can't get to, grab a little brush like this. Now, you have an easier time getting into nooks and crannies like this now. And just a reminder, engine bay cleaning is just for aesthetics. There's no really a reason to do this. It doesn't really protect the engine at all. So you don't have to go too crazy with getting every little part clean. Just kind of brush it over. As long as it looks nice and you're happy with it, then that should be good. And just by doing this, not only will it make it look better for yourself, it'll also make the person who's working on this engine have a better time. Because not every place that they touch is covered in dust and oil and grime. So just like that, the engine bay is cleaned. Now we're going to rinse off all the bubbles. And I'll be using just a hose like this. And I won't even turn on the full water, just halfway, enough to just rinse off everything. I don't want to flood the engine bay with too much water, even though it should be able to handle it, but it's better to err on the safer side. So now that everything is rinsed off, that's your chance to come back and do a double check on what spot you missed, and you can tackle it from there. So for example, this is a spot I missed, this corner right here. So I'll just be coming back and doing a second round. This rust-proofing oil is definitely very hard to remove. You can feel how tacky it is. It cleans onto the metal really nice, so I guess it's a good thing because then it doesn't fall off and it'll stay there to protect your metal. But just like that, the engine bay is completely cleaned. And feel around, see if there's any oil left. But this is a case of a heavily soiled engine bay because of the rust-proofing oil. But if your engine bay is not as dirty as this or covered in oil, then I would recommend just using rinseless wash because it should be enough. Now, to finish off, the engine bay is still wet. We need to dry this off. But before we do that, we're gonna use quick beads. So this will help your engine bay stay cleaner in the future. So what I will do is do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Get that quick bead spread around. Now to dry it off, we'll just use a regular towel. Just give it a quick dry. It doesn't need to be completely dry and spotless because once you close the hood, you turn on the engine, the heat will just dissipate all the water off of here. So no need to be too meticulous here. And this is also the time where you check the connectors in your engine bay. Make sure they're not completely drowned in water. And it's also useful if you have a little blower like this. Now, if you have compressed air, that'll also work, but definitely don't get in there, driving the water where they're not supposed to. Just kind of stay up here where it's not too aggressive to kind of blow the water beads away. I'm also going to check the fuse box here, and looks like not a single drop got in here, so that's good. There you guys go. This is how I clean my engine bay safely and effectively. And I know it looks very intimidating and nerve-wracking. That's also what I thought before I learned how to detail my engine bay. But rest assured, this is definitely a safe method. And as long as you stay away from high pressure, getting close to components that shouldn't be blasted with high PSI of water, you'll be good. So not only does it look a ton better, you and your mechanic will have a much better time working in engine bay in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys watching. And if you found the video informative and helpful, please leave a comment down below what you think about engine bay cleaning and what your experience is with engine bay cleaning in the past. I would love to know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.